Dwayne, how familiar were you with the world of G.I. Joe before you were approached about the project, and what were the particular draws for you?
I didn't even know what G.I. Joe was. I was like, what? And then they said, well, listen, we're going to pay you this amount of money. I'm like, oh, that's cool. I'll do it. No, I'm only kidding. Only kidding.
I like that answer, though.
It's a good answer,
Yeah.
right? But I love G.I. Joe. When I was a kid, I played with G.I. Joe and Star Wars. That was it. So there was a already resonating deep connection. So you can imagine how cool it was just for me to get the call. And so I get the call, I agree to do it, and the most important thing when we were all getting together was, let's really respect the mythology of G.I. Joe this time around, because you got one shot. In this sequel, you got one shot. You screw this up, well, you forget about G.I. Joe 3 or any more down the line. So I think we did a pretty good job.
And you've got some great scenes with Channing Tatum in the movie, a lot of humour in there as well. What did you enjoy about working with him in those scenes?
Oh, Channing's great. Channing, as good looking as he is, apparently he's very sexy. Apparently he's the sexiest man in the world. He's very self-deprecating too. He doesn't take himself too serious. I love that guy. Great guy. Couldn't be more happier for his success.
And it's the first time you've shared the screen with Bruce Willis, who I believe you're friends with in real life. Yeah, what did you enjoy about those scenes?
I love Bruce. Bruce brings a great gravitas and experience to the screen, and he does badass cool very well, and never looks out of place. And I think it's very telling to. Just the type of guy he is too, and I'll say this quickly about Bruce is when I first started acting 12, 13 years ago, I came into Hollywood. He was one of the few who was so supportive of my transition, and I'll never forget that. And it meant so much to me back then, and then now I see how hard it is to make it in Hollywood. It means even more today.
Because I'm sure you have a lot of people lining up to be like, oh no, you can't do that. You can't just change from one thing to the other.
No, yeah, exactly. And that's the general sense when somebody is successful in another area and they want to come into Hollywood. And by the way, I understand that because there's a lot of people out there who just want to leverage and cash in on their success or their infamy, whether it's TV or the big screen. So when I first made the transition, it was met with reticence and resistance, and I understood that. And I just felt like I had to plow through it. But to get the support from someone like Bruce, who's one of the biggest movie stars in the world now and then, very, very grateful.
You certainly proved any doubters wrong this year. You've got, I think, five movies out.
Got a few out, right? It's like a big, it's a rock buffet.
Yeah. Dwayne Johnson, great to meet you. Thanks very much.
Good to meet you too.
Okay, all the best.